It's me, Russ Shaw, doing...
Fillmore is proud to welcome back Jimi Hendrix
Black Friday Record Store Day list from here at Jimi Hendrix Park in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah!
Just wanted to run through some of my list, some of the stuff I'm interested in. Of course, there is a Jimi Hendrix release on the list here. Songs for Groovy Children, the Fillmore concerts. That's pretty cool. It's a RSD exclusive, and there's only 4,500 of these made for the Groovy Children. And here is the some song lyrics. I have a whole video on this park, by the way. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on that. Okay, speaking of Groovy Children, there's a school right over here. I think there's some construction going on. And there's a... I didn't realize when I came out here there'd be some nasty noise going on in the background. Can you hear it? Anyway, I'm gonna try and ignore that. So yeah, recorded at New Year's 1969, 1970. The Fillmore concerts, you know, like a festival type of thing. Mastered by Bernie Grundman. And I guess they're also in the 2019 box set. So, I don't know, is that, I mean, are they reaching, you're right, the family, because there's just only so much recordings out there, right? But, I don't know, maybe it reached into the box set. Hey, we'll do an exclusive release on this one, 4,500 copies. That's pretty cool. 1970, 69, you know. Another band I'm super interested in, Engine Kid. There's another one I'm interested in. That's a local RSD release. I'm gonna get away from that annoying sound. Back in the purple van here. Hit the road to the next gig. I was looking forward to recording this here, but it's like a backup sound that just won't stop. I don't know. Is it that lift? The school over there? What's going on? It's my next gig, and talk about Engine Kid a little more. Those who don't know, also, if you're from here, that's what it says. So on the list, it says it's a regional release. Yes, entering and leaving Jimi Hendrix Park. Engine Kid, the Steve Albini sessions. There's only 900 of these. It's an exclusive 900 copies, double LP, regional release, which I'd be curious to know, like, what they mean by regional release. Now the van is making noises. you hear what I'm saying, right? Like, is it just Seattle area is going to get this release? Is it the West Coast? Is it the United States, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Europe probably won't see this on the list, but it's still really cool. Seattle, kind of the 90s scene. Engine Kid started in 1991. Around 1992, they released an album. It was a 7-inch called Novocaine, and that became, you know, a hit. They became a thing around here in the city. Greg played a lot of different bands and stuff around the city at the time, and they wanted to create the, you know, these guys, Chris Vanderbrook, and the drummer's name escaping me. I'm trying to Art. It was Art. Anyway, I think, you know, this is just me and my opinions, but some of that kind of Sunny Day Real Estate sort of sound at the time, you know, during the early 90s when folks were enamored with Nevermind, right? When that album, boom, it ended up dealing a devastating blow to glam pop metal back in the day. Engine Kid was doing what became more popular in the later 90s, right? Which is, for lack of a better word, genre-wise, emo, right? this kind of emo sort of music that, you know, my friend Matt Johnson, who was in a band called Roadside Monument, he goes, yeah, we all hate that, but, you know, that's what you would consider emo. That was a way to define that genre of music back then. Even though they hated it, they wouldn't call it that back then. It's just, this is our music, which I respect that. Also, Greg Anderson, part of the straight edge community back then here in the Seattle area in the early 90s. Straight edge becoming a thing in the 80s, and you know, let's not get wasted, right? Let's not be stoners. And actually, Greg Anderson, I believe one of the bands he was in was called Stoner's Doom or something like that, right? A few other bands that he was in. Also, another fun fact: the Brotherhood. There was another one, Gossamer's something, or anyway. Those two bands, he was also in with a guy named Nate, last name escapes me, who is bassist for the Foo Fighters and was previously in Sunny Day Real Estate, right? So we could see this kind of evolution coming forward from this whole, that's why Engine Kid, I was sort of excited to see that, because yeah, this is, you know, it's kind of Seattle music history here a little bit. They also did like a jazz fusion kind of stuff. They mixed some jazz fusion into, you know, punk and hardcore. From what I've heard, they idolized Steve Albini and wanted really to record with him really bad, right? So they, you know, when they got some street cred and did a whole tour, they found themselves in Chicago and spent some time recording in basically Steve Albini's basement at the time. So this is a kind of a cool release, 900 copies, regional release. Again, comments in, you know, in the comment section, I'd be curious to know what that means. Like if that's on your list, if you live in, like, I don't know, LA or even, you know, the East Coast, is it I don't know how these things work, so enlighten us. Okay, that video started going a little bit too long. So those are some of my two picks so far for Record Store Day, Black Friday. I do have some more picks on the list. That'll be in another video. I'll get that done eventually. And hopefully you liked the video. I was excited to see, my wife and I went to this new record store here in our city, Apollo Exos on Hewitt Avenue. Brand new record store, just opened a month or two ago. And they had the Engine Kid box set. So if you haven't seen that video, that's in the previous video to this one. Put a link in the description or something in the end screen so you can check that out if you like. But yeah, Engine Kid, great local band, getting some Record Store Day street cred out there. Got a full house in here now, so some noise in the background is just, it's good, you know. Here, my granddaughters Violet and my bonus granddaughter Annabelle and my son, and they're living in the we got a travel trailer outside there, so it's been cool. And Grandma's here today, so, and we're all going to the pumpkin farm. All right, I'll shut up. Look for my next Black Friday Record Store Day picks soon. I'll get around to it.